Hello viewers, you are watching OBN Horn of Africa, our weekly program Invest in Ethiopia. In this edition, we will discuss investment opportunities and the challenges in Ethiopia by focusing on coffee development. To discuss this issue, I joined by CEO of Kerchanshe Trading PLC, Mr. Israel Degefa. Okay, thank you for joining me. First, would you tell us about yourself and your organization a little bit?
Thank you very much. My name is Israel Degefa. I'm the CEO of Kerchanshe Group, and our company engages in agribusiness, which is major in coffee agriculture and exporting and new development as well.
When did you start investing in the coffee sector?
I actually am the third generation of coffee growing family, and after my graduation, my parents, they used to sell their coffee for the local market, and I decided to start exporting our own products and also collecting from the outgrowers and start exporting 12 years ago.
Okay, since then?
Since then, within 3 years, we become one of the leading exporter after we start exporting the coffee, and we become shortly the leading exporter and becomes the leading for the past 10 years.
Well, as an experienced investors in the area, how do you describe the opportunities and the challenges of investment in Ethiopia?
There is a huge opportunity. I always like to start from the positive side of the opportunities that we have got. Honestly speaking, there are a lot of potential of suitable environment and conducive environment for investing in coffee and also in other sector, because Ethiopia is one of the main country which is not yet the full resources get invested, and the infrastructure get invested all well. So that gives us a lot of opportunity to invest and get our investment return quickly.
As you know, many farmers in Ethiopia have been producing coffee in different parts of the country. Do you think they have benefited enough from it? If not, what should be improved?
Yeah, unfortunately, coffee is a political crop in this country for the last 100 years. And always the smallholder farmers, the producers are not benefiting because the supply chain was so long, and they can't get address to the market, to reach to the market, the place where they're located, and the access to the market. There are a lot of challenges to get into it and at least reduce the middleman from the supply chain. So they are suffering. For me, still today, our smallholder producers are not benefiting themselves, rather than just getting hand-to-mouth lifestyle. So we need to do a lot. We need to do a lot of change, and the market should have to be closer to the farm gate.
Supporting local farmers or community is very crucial, as you have been working and living with them. In what ways Kerchanshe Trading PLC supporting the local community or farmers?
Yeah, outgrower farmers, we have more than 56,000 certified and more than 1 million farmers located all over the area. We work in different coffee regions in the south, in the southeast, in the southwest, and in the west coffee growing areas and regions. And in that area, as you all know, Ethiopian coffee grows in a small pieces of land since farmers only growing a garden coffee, not a commercial level. Due to that, getting these outgrowers and supporting them is very crucial for Ethiopia as a national. We need to focus and support on that side. The farmers, they are too far, as I mentioned earlier, they are too far from the market. They are located in 700 kilometers away from the center of the capital city, so they don't have an access to come to the market, and also there is a language barrier. Most of the coffee producers, they speak their own different languages, and to get into that market, you need to have a lot of requirements to sell your coffee and to negotiate your coffee. So this all have put those outgrower farmers in a lot of disadvantageous conditions. Our company believes on working closely by going down to those farmers and giving the international prices, not to the middleman to play around on the outgrower farmers. In addition to that, we give a lot of trainings for the farmers and awareness creation. Some of the coffee producer farmers, they don't know why they are growing and what are the market is demanding and which product is more important than the other. So there is a big gap between, because as I mentioned, the supply chain is so long in coffee. If you see the farmer who sits in Kella Mollega, Gimbi, they produce, but they don't know why they are producing and for which market they are targeting their products to sell. They don't know. They will just say produce, and there are brokers outdoor taking that coffee at any price he wants because they don't have access to sell their coffee. Market access is so far, 700 kilometers away from their hometown, and they can't afford to sell 20 bag, 10 bag, to drive or to take that all risks and came to others, and no one will not, because there is a capital scale which you need to come to others and negotiate. At least you need to have 300 bag to negotiate and sell for someone who really wants to buy. But for the individual farmer who produce 10 bag, nobody will not hear him as an exporter. If they came to Addis trading house, I don't want to, as an exporter, I don't want to buy 20 bags in that trade floor. So they should have to sell their products to the middleman, unless if the export companies like us exist in their village and start buying 10 bags, 5 bags from those farmers at an international global price rate, because coffee driven by the international market stock. So stock markets, they can see and decide their product at any time because it's open for anyone. They can get and decide. Otherwise, most of the supply chains are so long, they can't reach there, so the brokers are who are benefiting at the production, at the cost of the efforts of those smallholders.
Interesting. You have also started drip irrigation farming, which is supported by updated technology. What does drip irrigation?
Agriculture must have to be changed in Ethiopia since we have very primitive agriculture practices that we are used in. We have to scale up and use innovation. And I believe, personally, I believe on innovative ideas and changing the traditional practices and our day-to-day ordinary practices to something new. So our company decided to invest in drip irrigation system to grow coffee without shade, avoid deforestation, rather than going to the forestic area like Ilwa Babora or somewhere highland in Guji. We are doing it in somewhere which is, there is no forest, but a bushland can be utilized with the technology and with the water conservation and in a better way. So I have started it 7 years ago in Galana farm in West Guji zone as a trial, and there was so many challenges at the beginning when we start the idea and start sharing with different doctors, different agriculture experts. They were against and saying that will never happen. Coffee doesn't grow without shade. But we were telling them this will happen because we are the birthplace of coffee. We are the land of origin of coffee. But we are not the largest producer of coffee. Why we became very low? We were the top 3 in the olden days, the top 3 volume producer of coffee. Now we are top 7, which is coming down from the top 3 to 7 is a big question which we have to ask ourselves as an Ethiopian, because this is our product which is gone to the different world, and the other fellows are working 24/7, putting an innovative idea and passing us by volume, by growing a lot of big volume. That can be happen in Ethiopia as long as we work hard and put an innovative ideas and put an investment and encourage our outgrowers as well.
Have you told them or brought them to visit those who were opposing your idea, because attitude change is very critical for development of the country?
Yeah, I mean, the innocent ones, the people who really doesn't want, because there are some benefits of keeping the farmers. I don't want to mention it, but there are a lot of interest around in the farmers in this country. So the farmers, they don't want, some forces, they don't want to see the farmers get rich and change their life. They want to keep the farmers poor and help just by giving them some support in the sake of support. But we don't need that. We have enough resources. We have enough potential. We are not poor. We shouldn't have to be poor society. We have everything we want. What we really need is a small capital and working hard, as you saw on the fields today. So if we work hard and add some technologies, we can change quickly and catch up. So that is the main reason why we are investing, because we have a big ambition and regression for not producing enough volume, because Ethiopian coffee, everybody loves it. Every consumer wants to buy Ethiopian coffee, but there is a shortage of supply. We can't produce enough to supply that market. Because of that, the other origin coffees are taking advantage, because we are not producing surplus product and supply to the world. So we need to focus on this, and our company is focusing in this side and trying to change. In the next 3 years, our big ambition is to produce 25,000 metric ton of coffees from our own farm without even sourcing from outgrowers.
Well, producing coffee in high quality and quantity is very critical to reach the global markets. How you are working with stakeholders to ensure this ambition?
Yeah, we are working closely with the government who have already understood and supported our vision, and I would like to thank again on this opportunity. Our region government is supporting a lot, as much as they can. All the regional offices, all the investment and government structures, they are supporting the vision. And this vision also supported by the local administrator. The same West Guji zone is very, very supportive on to make this all happen, in this all challenges that we know around on the surrounding, but they are trying to make this vision happen. So they are the one, the owner, the most important stakeholders. From the customer side, as you see, we are working by sponsoring AFCA, bringing them to create the trust, what we have done, what we have presented for them on their offices, to show and touch and believe. We invited to visit our today's Degefa farm, and they have very excited. They were very excited, and they have built a trust, and they will start being an ambassador for Ethiopian coffee and telling the world Ethiopian coffee is increasing the volume and coming up. So that's the advantage of all this program today.
Very nice. Another issue is social and environmental sustainability. In what ways you are working on this issue?
Yeah. The sustainability and social responsibility, if we say we have our own NGO, especially the NGO initiation starts by me, because I believe on supporting my community, I believe on supporting my peoples, because I have a responsibility, I have a liability of past generation, which they have sacrificed for me. As a responsible citizen, I want to pay back my liabilities back to my community. So by doing a lot of works, we believe on giving back to the community is must in our company. So our company always, every year, we give 10% of our profit for this NGO. The NGO is called Bunaqala. So Bunaqala is the one who is doing a lot of charity works all over Ethiopia, in Borana, in Bale, in Hararge, even in the north of Tigray areas who are victimed by drought. We are everywhere supporting the people who are in need, and especially we have a program to encourage the smallholders, farmers, to improve their productivity, and we give some seedlings. As you see, the seedling houses today, it's not only for us, it's also for our outgrowers. They take that coffee seedling, and our agronomist goes to the field and gives them a free seed, a free advice, and bringing them to a right track to change their farms and agriculture practices and income.
Good. Creating job opportunities is another objectives of expanding investments across the region. So far, for how many citizens your company has created job opportunities?
In total, permanent and temporary workers in the farm, in the construction, in everywhere is more than 25,000 employees are around. The permanent ones are already more than 2,000. We are not only coffee companies, of course, we are also invested in manufacturing sectors. We produce pen, we produce plate, we produce again decorative paints. So we are in all economic sectors which Ethiopia needs the support.
Good. What is your advice for investors like you, especially for Ethiopian investors who have been producing and exporting coffee?
It's a difficult question as a business leader, as a CEO, to give my friends an advice, but I always say we should look after our outgrower farmers. That's my message, which I can say. We should look after, because if we have a poor farmer and if we are building only our companies, our existence, our futures will be dark. So we should have to make a balance and keep our outgrower farmers encourage and support to come into at least somewhere up to a better life, to manage their families and everything.
Good. Finally, if you have any message you want to add, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think we have to work hard to change the future destiny of our country, and no one can help us. We shouldn't have to expect from anyone. It is us, we as an African, as an Ethiopian, we have to take the lead and work hard and change all the economy.
Well, Mr. Israel Degefa, CEO of Kerchanshe Trading PLC, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Dear viewers, that's all what we have for this edition. Till the next time, bye-bye.